Movie review time once again. Oh yeah, here it goes. So my dad came to stay for a couple of nights, and all we did was watch movies, lots of movies. So I've got lots of movies to be reviewing. I tried to remember all the movies that we watched. I just wrote them all down. Uh, Probably missing a couple of movies, but I'll review some. Okay, so here it goes. First of all, let's have a look. Oh yeah, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. Oh yeah, that's a 2015 movie. Uh, the Mission Impossible movies are good. You know, there's not really been a bad one. I think the second one, if I think back, was the worst one in my memory. But that's debatable, I guess. But yeah, Mission Impossible is quite good. I got this stuck to my hand. That's what I used to cover up my webcam so I'm not being spied on. Anyway, yeah, so Mission Impossible, yeah, it's a good movie. Rogue Nation, um, especially since James Bond has lost its grace. I don't know what you lot think, but James Bond. I mean, I love James Bond, as a kid, but I think Pierce Brosnan, after he left and this new one came in, whatever his name is, uh, Daniel Craig or whatever. I've not been too into them films. I found them a bit boring, and yeah, just not into them that much. The new James Bond. So Mission Impossible has kind of taken over from where James Bond kind of lost its way. So yeah, that was a good movie. What else did we watch? We watched. Oh yeah. Oh before. Oh yeah. Look, I've written a thing. I said stunts. Talk about the stunts, man. Because let me tell you something. With Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise, even though he's a total weirdo, with his Scientology and everything, like I love, weird stuff with aliens and stuff, but like this Scientology stuff, I mean, I once went into a Scientology bookstore and they made me take a test and with everybody it comes back that you're like really unhappy with your life. I don't think that it's possible to pass their test to say that you're happy with with your life. So I took this test, took about half an hour. I go into a room. I didn't even know. I didn't know it was to sell books. Like I should have known. Seeing it was a bookstore, and they're like, "We've got just the thing to improve your life. Here's this book for £20, and here's this book for £20, and here's this." I was like, "I don't want no books. I find it hard to read. I've got a short attention span." And they're like, "Oh no, you need these books to sort out your life." I'm like, "No, no, no, no." And then they're like, "Oh well, then I don't think these books will help you." Big black woman. And I was like, "Oh yeah, you're trying some reverse psychology on me there. I see what you're doing." Well, anyway, goodbye. I got up and left. Um, yeah, they like selling their books, them Scientologists. A bit wappy they are. There's some good documentaries. Louis Theroux did a good one recently on Scientology. Anyway, uh, but that's not what I was on about because I was just talking about Tom Cruise. It got me talking about Scientology. Tom Cruise, though, he does his own stunts, which is good. Thank goodness. All these movies nowadays, I mean, you watch them and it's hard to impress you. It's hard to impress me. No matter what anybody does, it's hard to impress because, it's just CGI nonsense. I mean, you watch a Jackie Chan movie and that's what he's doing. And you get into it, your adrenaline pumps because you're actually watching what happened, you know. And the same with Tom Cruise doing his own stunts. So I know that they've digitally taken out the safety wire and little bits and bobs like that. But he does his own stunts. I mean, that guy hung on the side of a jumbo jet plane as it was taking off. It's pretty impressive. So like, no matter what CGI nonsense you see nowadays, when you see that scene at the beginning of Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, you're just like, whoa, because he actually did that. I mean, go look that up. Like, he did that. He was obviously attached with some safety equipment, which was removed digitally. But apart from that, whoa, I'm a brave person. I did the wrestling and everything. I think of myself kind of like I can be a bit of a daredevil. If I go to Alton Towers or theme parks, I go on the rides and stuff. But I look at that, I go, would I do that? Probably not. I wouldn't hang on the side of an aeroplane like that. Anyway, so yeah, that was good. What else did I put? Gam, ga. Oh, I don't know. Oh yeah, James Bond. Oh yeah, that's what I've already spoken about. James Bond, how it's lost its way. Look at that. Look at that. That's what I've got to work with. That's my writing. It's like I can't even read my own writing. The Punisher, The Punisher, 2004. Yes, starring John Travolta. Oh yeah, Grease Lightning. Okay, let me tell you something about The Punisher. Um, the Punisher. It said Marvels at the beginning. It's just a Marvel film. Uh, it's it was all right, you know. It's kind of like about a guy, and he's it's pretty much just good guy versus bad guy. You know, John Travolta plays the bad guy. I don't want to give anything away. It's an all right movie, but me and my dad both looked at each other at the end. I'm not going to give anything away, but let's just say it was a bit over the top, you know. Sometimes less is more, you know. Less is more for it to be realistic, and there was just so many explosions going on at the end. It was like bit over the top that was. So it's all right movie. No special, but it's all right. If nothing else is on, The Punisher, it's all right. Let's go to this other piece of paper. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, The Howling. Yes, I've written it all down. The Howling, 1981. Oh, I watched that the other day. It's like it's a werewolf film. You know what else can you say? It's a werewolf movie. You know they're all pretty much the same. Note special, 1981. Uh, I barely remember what happened on it. I weren't that into it. Yeah. I'll give that a negative review. I'll give so many movies positive reviews. I gotta give something a negative review. I'll give that one a negative review. Even though like if you like werewolves movies, you probably like that. But for me, you know, it's just like the same as all of them, like gore, you know. Sicario 2015 movie. That was a good movie, Sicario. About you know, like an American woman agent and another American agent. They go down to Mexico with a load of agents to take on the drug cartels and whatnot, and the underground tunnels that the drugs are smuggled through from Mexico into America. Yeah, it's a good movie, really well shot. Uh, you know, it's really good. I recommend you check that out. Sincaro, it's a good movie. Um, what else? Cherry Falls. Oh, I've seen Cherry Falls a million times. Cherry Falls from the year 2000. I was 18 years ago, so I saw this when it first came out. So I saw it when I was a kid. Um, I watched it again because it was on the TV. It's a horror movie, kind of like Scream or them kind of movies that came out in the late '90s. Like you know, pretty much the same. You know, you had you know, in my mind I put them all together like Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer and Cherry Falls. You know, they're all pretty much of a muchness. As soon as I started watching it, I remembered who the killer was. Um, but if you've never seen it, I imagine it would be quite. It's not a bad movie. It's one of those movies like on Screen where you're constantly thinking, "Who's the killer? Who's the killer? I wonder who the killer is." You know, so watching it again, you know, I know who the killer is, so it weren't the same. But it's an alright movie, you know, you know, an interesting concept. Cherry Falls, you know, it's actually the killer is picking out young virgins to murder. Ugh. So you know, Cherry Falls. That's why it's called Cherry Falls. You know, like cherry, like lost your cherry. You know, virginity. Yeah, man. I'm on top of it. You see, I work all these things out myself. I know why it is Cherry Falls. Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't claim I have 116 IQ for nothing, you know. Sausage Party. Sausage Party. I got this on DVD. Sausage Party. It's an animated movie. I didn't put the year. It's either 2015 or 16. I think it might be 2015. Uh, Whatever. Sausage Party animated, you know, like Toy Story's animated, like that, like computerized animation, whatever. And it's just about a bunch of uh, supermarket fruits and vegetables and stuff that are alive, and I don't want to give it away. It's a good movie. It's kind of like the sense of humor of what maybe Family Guy or what you'd expect from maybe a bit of South Park or a bit of you know, that kind of thing. You know, it's got lots of swearing and drug taking in it. You know, so if you enjoy that, you know, um, you know, you probably enjoy it. A lot of swearing. Almost every sentence has a swear word in it, like f this, f that. If anything, I'd say they should have toned it down a little bit. That's my only complaint with the movie. Tone down the swearing. I love swearing. You know, they don't have enough swearing nowadays. It's also clearly correct and also sensitive. You know, if you watch films from the 80s and all that, you know, they drop the f bomb here and there. You know, but every sentence is like effing blah blah effing blah, and you're like, ooh, 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 you know, like, do people really talk like that? It's almost distracting. There's so much swearing. But that's my only complaint. It's a good movie, Sausage Party. It's a good movie. Check it out. Oh, and here's a movie I watched today. I watched it at the cinema. Yeah, I watched it at the cinema because I don't ever watch things on the internet. You know that I pay the money at the cinema like I should. Yeah, man. Okay, so I watched this movie at the cinema today. I haven't left the house in quite a while. I went to the cinema today and I watched Black Panther. Oh man, let me tell you something. I watched this Black Panther, yeah, and I don't know anything about Black Panther. Blah 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 blah. So all I knew is it's a black superhero or something. Okay, so I watch it and it comes across less like a superhero movie and more like a science fiction movie slash superhero movie. And that's a good thing because I don't like. I went to the cinema once. I did go to the cinema and see Superman, and then halfway through the film, I realised like, oh, I'm not that into Superman. You know, like, well, what, he just flies around. This is goofy. So, but this isn't goofy. This isn't childish goofiness. This is really good. Um, and it's got like I'm very into the idea of like hidden society, not like not I'm not on about secret societies. I mean like hidden, like, you know, there's conspiracy theories that like there's civilizations that we still don't know about, or advanced civilizations that we don't know about, and blah 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 blah, that kind of thing. And that had some of that in it, and a bit of this, and a bit of alien technology, and a bit of that, and uh, and and politics. It even brings in elements of politics. Politics between people who want to be leaders, and the action sequences were really good. Black Panther. That gets a. I mean, that's a really good movie. Check that out. And that's my movie review. Wait! Before you go, I almost forgot to review this movie. Also, I watched the movie Ted 2. You know, about the talking foul-mouthed teddy bear known as Ted. Seeing that it's a review, I guess I would say that Ted 2 isn't as good as the first movie, but it's still good.